You're listening to the Mopcast Network.
Welcome to the Cult Movie Cantina.
Well, that was the weirdest welcome ever.
I know, it's usually, welcome
to the Cult Movie Cantina. Yeah.
I am your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty.
And I'm joined by, no, right?
Your facilitator, fun, your lady libation, Stephanie.
And the Jellicle Jester.
She who knows no movies.
Yes! Got both of them.
Okay, that's great.
The coronavirus has got us all backwards.
We're all sorts of backwards.
We don't even know what's going on here.
We don't have papers. We don't have scripts.
I don't have no papers.
Do you guys know what I'm having to wipe my butt with now? There's no
Are you out of toilet paper?
No, actually, I have plenty. I'm just joking.
She's like, my
But what?
hand.
But what?
I'm like in a third world
Is it
country.
seashells? Is it the seashell method?
I've learned how to use the 3 seashells. I have.
That's what we need to do. Is we need to post a picture of the 3 seashells. Be like, for those
it's
of you
been running around the net.
that don't have toilet paper.
It's been running around the net. So
I haven't seen that.
I've seen it. It's
Oh,
cute.
that's upsetting.
So benefits to the coronavirus. I don't know if you two see my Facebook today.
I did.
Does it have the virus?
No. Guess how much I got gas for today?
Cheap.
We just talked about that as we were driving over here. 164.
Yep. I got it for $1.64.
That's crazy.
Okay, so here's why we have guests, and the guests are like, where? All right, so there's a gas station in where I live, and the gas was $1.94. It's a Shell station, and I have a Shell card. And the Shell card, the rewards card is usually a nickel off. So I was like, sweet, I'll get it for $1.89. Great. And it was like, you have 30 cents off. I was like, oh.
Did you ever shop at Winn-Dixie?
I know.
They do the same thing.
How did you get the 30 cents? Because I have one. I need
Every
to know
now
your
and then,
secrets.
you build up so many, and then they'll give you 25 cents or 30 cents.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
So, I don't know the average.
Doesn't matter. You got it.
I have one of those cards, but I don't know where it is. I haven't used it forever.
I use it all the time because
I never go to a Shell.
Well, outside
What's your phone number?
of work, there's a Shell station like right by work, so that's the reason why I got it. I've had it for like 4 years. I just with me. I'll save a nickel. And
cool.
So I got it today for $1.64. I filled up, and I was almost like I had 15 gallons. I mean, 15 miles left. Because I was terrible. And,
It happens.
And I filled up for $22.
That is awesome.
It was awesome.
Perks, man.
Thank
Perks.
you, virus. Happy virus.
I know, right? I guess that is a good thing.
The miracle of the virus. How has everyone been?
It's been a crazy week at work because of the virus. But
Yeah, the metal cells are all crazy.
yeah, I mean, they went up, so people wanted to come and sell, and we were overstocked, and now when the metal prices started crashing, everybody wanted to buy, and now we don't have anything to sell them. It's kind of crazy. It's insane. It is just insane.
It's a whole world I don't understand. I think it's great, though.
I didn't understand it either. I'm learning. I never knew how much this kind of stuff can affect my, the business I'm in. It's like it just never dawned
now
on
you're
me.
on the front lines of it, and you're just like, hey.
It's crazy, man.
How's the jewelry side of it?
Jewelry side of it's pretty good. We do I would say the majority of our jewelry sales are online.
Right.
But I think they do pretty well. Right now, most people are not necessarily buying jewelry.
They're more interested in the coins.
They're hoarding metal because the zombie apocalypse is going to hit, and they want to be able to trade, and they think that during the zombie apocalypse you're going to be able to trade with precious metals. But really, people just want your guns and your ammunition and
your women.
and your liquor. I mean,
booze.
I'm sorry, if somebody offers to trade me silver or trade me liquor for whatever I have that they need, I'm going to choose the liquor. In the in the zombie apocalypse.
Stephanie's gonna be a madam.
Well, I'm just like, so if you're
Have a whole
smart
bunch
people, stock up on
Just a
liquor.
women working for her, and like a whole stock room of booze, and just like
That's right.
That's some of the memes I've seen running
Welcome
around,
to
though.
Madam Stephanie's Zombie Delight.
I'd watch that.
Right.
Walking Dead, come hit us up. We got an idea for you.
That's it. Hey, this one's a fresh one. She's only been dead for 2 weeks. Come get her, boys, while you can. Just put a one of those ball gags in her mouth so she can't bite you. You're good to go.
It's like she thought this through, man. She's got this.
Of course, it's Stephanie. It's Stephanie.
I am surprised that more of the liquor hasn't sold out with all of the kids that are going to be home from school for a month.
Me too, and that's no joke. All kidding aside, I really thought people would be racking up.
In Pennsylvania, in the Philadelphia area, they have closed all the state-run alcohol liquor stores.
Oh, we're hitting up some ABC tomorrow.
And so it's like, that's in Philly, and they're like, and now they're talking about closing bars and stuff at night. So
oh hell
and
no!
some places are like already like shutting down. Like in I want to say it's Miami. They're shutting down the public parking in downtown the bar areas. So to prevent people from going. If you can't park, you can't go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like yesterday was the 15th, which in Mobile we've got several Irish pubs, and they do their big St. Patrick's Day celebration, usually the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day. And at the last minute, I'm talking about the night before, the city pulled the permits for all of these places. So they had to cancel. They had to cancel bands that they had already paid for. They had already ordered all their, extra beer and extra alcohol, hired extra staff.
That's not cool.
And so the city, but it came from the state, came from the governor. So they had no choice. Luckily, the place where I was at yesterday at Callahan's, they're like a little neighborhood pub, and they continued without a permit. They said, screw it, we're doing it. And they did. And the only thing that was different was that they had to put the bands on the inside, but it still worked out just fine.
Good.
It was a huge crowd. It was a lot of fun. And I can guarantee you nobody was practicing social distancing yesterday at Callahan's. Not one person. They did have several hand washing stations though spread out.
That's smart.
So that was good, but yeah, it was a big FU to the coronavirus, because we're all like, we're still going to enjoy our St. Patrick's Day celebrations, but there's going to come a time, I think, where they're going to start limiting, hours at bars.
Well, apparently Walmarts are closing overnight. Like, I saw a thing about that.
Yeah.
And the Publix are closing early.
Yeah. There's a lot of weirdness. You can't, my friend Angela, who happens to be with us today, listening in, but she was telling me that her, like, Amazon stuff, like Prime, is taking more than 2 days to arrive. It's affecting Amazon shipping and everything.
I have ordered stuff on Prime, and I think everything's still supposed to come in on time. I had something I ordered on Prime that came in the next day, which was weird.
It probably was at our Amazon place here in Mobile. That's happened.
I didn't know we had.
Yeah, we do. We have a distribution center.
It's been recent, not like within the last year, but within like the last couple of years. It's been very recent that it's opened.
Yeah, we have our own distribution
they're slowly
center.
getting more and more stuff there.
Our friend John Labata is working on something for us for our tables, and I'll keep it a surprise. But then he just messaged me on the blue, going, "Hey, can you give me some rare earth magnets?" And I'm like, "For what?" And he's like, "The thing I'm making for you. It will be so much cooler if you can get me rare earth magnets."
Rare earth magnets?
So I'm so intrigued.
So I'm like,
what's a rare earth magnet?
A magnet.
Just okay. Like the strong ones we use at the jewelry store?
I don't think they're that strong, but they're refrigerator magnets or rare earth magnets.
Oh, okay.
And so they
would be John to use like the title of it, the official wordage.
Yeah, he's like,
just rare earth magnets.
And so I took me, and he's like, I need them as the size of a quarter.
I hope you find rare earth magnets in the shape of an earth.
Did not find any in the shape of the earth.
Because that would be funny. They would be rare if you had a hard time finding them.
Kind of the shape of the earth.
But it was sort of. They were round and flat, so flat earthers. And so
isn't flat Earth like oval though? When it's flat, don't they see it as oval? I don't know. I'm not one of those people.
I'm not a flat earther.
Reach out, guys. Let us know.
If you believe the earth is flat, what is the shape of the earth?
Thank you. I'm curious. Continue.
I always thought it would be like a table, because you can knock things off at the edge where the ice is.
Like a cat?
Yeah, like a cat. Off into the universe you go. But so I ordered magnets, and it took me a minute to find them. And he was like, "Yeah, give me some that are nickel or quarter size." And I'm like, "Well, they don't come in like you can't just go quarter size magnet." And Amazon goes, "All right, here's what you need."
Can you just order a sheet of magnets and cut them?
Well, you could, but
like a magnet sheet? I don't know.
But I don't know if those are rare earth or not. When I was
still don't know the difference between a rare earth magnet and a regular magnet.
The way I look at it, they're like the way they were described to are like fridge magnets. I don't know.
I'm totally going to have to Google this later.
She's already doing it.
She's doing it.
Derby Wife's on it.
Derby Wife's on it.
Anyway, so I ordered and so I had to go like they're all in the metric system. And I'm like, I don't know what the diameter of
I wouldn't either.
A nickel or whatever is. And so I had to Google, the diameter of a nickel or diameter of a quarter.
We've had this discussion because that's math, and you don't do math.
Yeah, no math. And so,
y'all ready for this?
Rare earth magnets.
Exactly. They are strong, permanent magnets made from alloys of rare earth elements. Developed in the 1970s and 1980s, rare earth magnets are the strongest type of permanent magnets made, producing significantly stronger magnetic fields than other types such as ferrite or alnico magnets.
Did you say ferret?
Your ferrets are magnetic.
Ferrite. Ferrite?
I don't know.
It's ferret. The magnetic field typically produced by rare earth magnets can exceed 1.4 Teslas.
Thomas is probably laughing at us right now.
Whereas
he will be when he's listening to it.
Or ceramic magnets.
Right now.
Exhibit
Princess, are you laughing?
0.5 to 1
Quit laughing
Tesla.
at us, Princess. Also, Kenny, because I know Kenny a lot of times will shake his head.
Yeah, Kenny knows all about this stuff too. So
it's 1 to 1.5 times stronger than
so
rare,
in other words,
typical
it's probably
magnets.
the type of magnets that we use at work to test metals to make sure that they're precious metals or not.
Probably. Anyway,
I want to follow up about whether or not you go ask work if they're rare earth magnets. Use that title.
I'm gonna as we're talking text my boss. We're gonna text Angelo, who is on with us. Let's see here.
Be like, hey, are those rare earth magnets?
that he has a cocktail in his hand.
Right.
Anyway, so it took me a minute to find. I found them and I sent a picture of them to John. He said, "Yes, this is what I need." I said, "Sweet," and I ordered them for him. And they came in within 24 hours. I guess they were here, and they just went to his house.
Magic.
I love Amazon.
I do too. Do you want to know what I got from Amazon recently? Y'all listen to this, okay? It's gonna be exciting.
Dun, dun, dun.
So there was this GIF. It's a G. I'm pretty sure it's GIF. Floating around in the Derby world of people using Skippets, those fun little toys that kids have.
Oh yeah.
Where they would be in skates on their toe stops and they would be playing with the Skippet, and it looks mad fun. So I looked them up, and the Skippets were a little bit more expensive than I wanted to spend, and it had like the hard circle that you couldn't get over a skate, so you'd have to take your skate off to like get them on. It seemed ridiculous.
Right.
So they have a workout one for like adults. That's a ball. It does the same thing, but it stretches on your feet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's in the car right now. I plan to do that after this.
That's
I'm gonna go
awesome.
skate.
Do me a favor. Don't die.
I'm not gonna die.
Don't die.
I bought a dress
I gotta get
from
real good
Amazon.
at it,
That's
so-
all I've bought lately.
Ooh, good
It's a dress. I wore it yesterday. It's my St. Patrick's Day dress.
Oh, the green one with like the open.
Yeah.
that was cute.
That was super cheap too. It was awesome.
Even better.
I bought magnets and stuff to ship things with. So I bought up like printer and labels and scales because I'm adulting. Do that businessman stuff.
Cool.
Nothing fun.
I'm just trying to skip the gym, as the box says.
Oh, skip the gym. Yeah. So we watched a movie.
Yeah, we did.
I'm curious about you in this movie.
Yeah.
So we picked this because so Steph and I was at Pensacon. Just into
Wait. Yes, we are using rare earth magnets at work.
Did it follow up with a "Why do you ask"?
It followed up with an emoji of the eyes rolling like, I can't believe you asked me such a stupid question. So
you have a poli-sci degree.
I can't wait till he hears
So
this
it's like,
podcast.
I'm not sure that the eyes are warranted. I mean, not your area of expertise.
I like that he's like, why don't you already know that? Right. Of course we are using rare earth. We're not using the ferrite magnet.
What
Who
kind
would
of
use a
magnet do you
ferrite
think it
magnet
was?
on our metals? Come on now.
Magneto magnets.
I'm sorry.
I so very much appreciate that follow-up.
Maybe we should talk about our movie.
See, I just don't know anything about magnets.
That was fun. That was exciting.
How do
They
they
have
work?
an N42 pull rating. The fuck does that mean? Okay, great.
Are you sure it's not an N5 or whatever?
Be like, oh, we really need to get an N5 rating, please.
No, we have N42. So we have the N, meaning of life, pull rate of a magnet.
All right.
All right.
So we watched Tank Girl 1995. The reason why we picked Tank Girl is because when we were at Pensacon, Steph met Lori Petty.
And I love Tank Girl.
Oh, okay.
And so
Now you understand.
Yep.
This was one of my
Now I
favorite
wish I had
movies.
gone with you if I'd seen the movie first, because I would know that person. I
There
don't
you
like
go.
going to see the people at Pensacon because I don't know them.
Bless your heart.
So I'm like, hey, you look like a normal person to me. I don't know.
Well, they
I don't
are
know,
normal
like,
people that have just
That's
been-
just how I know them as
Yeah.
normal people.
I know we touched it a little bit last week, but sometimes people skip the cult meeting. So for those who skip the cult meeting, just tell us about your experience with Lori Petty.
I thought she was delightful. So I missed out on her panel. I really wanted to go to her panel.
I thought it was. I
And
think it was cut short anyway.
Well, yeah, it was on Friday and we were at work, so
Yeah.
I missed the
We
panel.
couldn't do
So I wanted to go meet her and, of course, get her an autograph and all that kind of stuff. And so I basically, when I was my turn and got up to her and I told her just how much I really admired her and I love the roles that she plays. She typically plays like badass women, like in Tank Girl or League of Their Own. She played Kit. She was in Point Break. She was like a, badass surfer. She plays a crazy person in Orange is the New Black, which is kind of great. But anyway, I like the roles that she's done. So I told her how much
She's
I admire.
kind of a crazy person in Tank Girl.
Yeah, she is, but she's badass.
She's
crazy.
very much a crazy person.
I
Tank
love
Girl.
it. I love Tank Girl. But anyway, and she was just delightful. She, we took my phone and she was taking selfies with us with my phone and all that. And she was just really, really sweet. So I like good
fun.
experiences because I've had one bad experience with meeting a celebrity, Michael Dorn. But
He's never going on the podcast.
but it was great. It was delightful. So
All right. So Tank Girl 1995. We're going to listen to the trailer now.
It's the year 2033. There's no law. No mercy.
You're gonna really love this one. Bye.
And no water.
There are 3 million liters of water underneath the blue dunes, and you will retrieve it.
The odds of survival are 1,000 to 1. And that's just the way she likes it.
My. Talented, isn't she?
Hi, feeling a little inadequate?
She'll be fun to break.
I like pain.
Lori Petty,
Did I hurt you yet?
Ice-T,
Turn this boat around and you're gonna get us all killed.
and Malcolm McDowell.
Just how many of my men did you kill?
United Artists Pictures presents
Just say, I won.
I won.
Tank Girl.
What's it like knowing you're about to die?
You don't!
Well, because every time we watch the trailer in like a live showing, it's always fascinating to see what they use as trailers at that time.
and it's terrible usually.
It is so
they're
terrible. Either they're terrible, they're super cheesy, or you get the whole movie in the trailer.
Right.
But it's like I never end up watching them because I watch the movie and then we do it on here, and I don't go to the website and watch them. I guess I could. I don't know if you post them or not.
Yeah, I do. It's show notes.
Okay, but I don't ever go look at the show notes for
You-
that
you-
kind of stuff. I guess I could. I don't know.
You should just at least once just to look at it. Just look at it. It helps us get a view on the page.
Like from now on, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to watch them right before I watch the movie or right after I watch the movie, because we all know that I have not seen the movie we're going to be watching. So
So let's do this. see the trailer beforehand before you watch it if it's a movie you've never seen.
Okay.
And then watch. And then if it's something you've seen, you can watch the trailer.
Okay.
And so.
Cool. I'll do that.
All right.
Trailers are fascinating to me, and I always forget to watch them.
They're fun to make. I like making trailers.
Coming soon.
Tank Girl, 1995, directed by Rachel Talalay.
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 Talalay. Tallulah.
I'm pretty sure we butchered that, but okay. Directed by Rachel. She's pretty awesome. She also her first
Rachel
film was
T.
Her first film was Freddy's Dead at Nightmare on Elm Street 6.
Really?
The 3D one.
All right. You go, girl.
I saw that in the theaters.
Get it, Rachel T. Which one came out? Oh, that was her first film, so it came out before this.
Yeah,
Just
it came
kidding.
out before
Just kidding.
this, and she's done some other stuff. Mostly she does a lot of TV. She's directed a lot of Doctor Who and Supernatural. And
I love Supernatural.
Yeah, she's probably, if you've seen them all, she's directed something.
I've never watched a Doctor Who show.
It's not my favorite.
I like some seasons better than others. Movie stars Lori Petty as Rebecca, also known as Tank Girl. Ice-T as T-Saint. I have issues. And I forgot that she was in this movie, but the lovely Naomi Watts is Jet Girl. And I love Naomi Watts.
That's who that was?
Yes, Naomi Watts.
Oh, my goodness.
Right.
OMG.
Little adorable.
Not even like the same person.
Right. Little adorable Naomi Watts.
I have to go look at it again just to see your face.
Right.
See if I can see it.
And the bad guys. Malcolm McDowell is Kesley.
Who is the dude that looks like John Travolta but is not John Travolta? That the girl that Naomi shoots at the end because he keeps propositioning her for sex and
Don
she says
Harvey?
no.
Yeah, Don Harvey.
He looked like a young John Travolta because he had a little bit of the butt chin, had the little cut jawed face.
Right.
Like he looked a little bit like John Travolta. Just saying, he was not.
He had that going for him. And I can talk about the rest of the. I mean, let's see.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just listening.
You're right. I should have actually mentioned those guys too. I know the
Jeff Kober, who was like, wasn't he like a lot of? Was he Charmed or?
Yeah, Jeff Kober's in. He's also Daedalus in Kindred the Embrace.
Oh, that's right, he is.
Well, like you and me, only people understand Kindred. I love it.
I don't know anything you guys just said. The person or the movie. Did you list a movie? I think you listed a movie.
Oh, well, it's a TV show.
Oh, just
Kindred
kidding.
the Embrace is a TV show that I really wish had not been canceled.
It's a TV show I wish it wouldn't have been canceled, but I wish it was better.
Oh, I think that if it had been made now, if they made it now, it'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
How long ago was it?
Oh, God.
94?
The 90s were weird in film.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah.
I've noticed that for every movie we've done in the 90s, you can kind of tell it was a 90s film.
So, are you familiar with Aaron Spelling? Probably not.
He did 90210.
No, I haven't seen that.
Well, he did all these, like, teeny bopper soap operas on Fox in the early 90s.
Probably not then.
So he did Melrose Place and 90210 and all this. There's a couple of spinoffs. But one of them he did was Kindred the Embraced, which is a vampire.
And that's the show
A vampire soap opera.
It's a vampire soap opera that happens in San Francisco that's based on the role-playing game Vampire the
When
Masquerade.
things happen in San Francisco, that's amazing. There's so much going on in that city, guys.
It had so much. The show itself had so much potential, but I think that some of their casting choices, like C. Thomas Howell, was probably a bad decision. But
who knows? Maybe it'll get a reboot. Maybe somebody will hear us.
I heard they're doing a Tank Girl remake with Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie.
Who is that?
Harley Quinn.
I just want to throw my phone at you sometime.
I was going to say this movie reminded me the whole time of Harley Quinn.
There you
go.
go.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
Like in a
Margot
different type
Robbie
of
would
universe.
be great. What are you looking up, sir?
I know, we've already talked about it. I had to get back to my notes.
Oh, okay.
He's just
We're
navigating.
paperless today. We're conserving paper.
The coronavirus prevented me from going to my office to print this out. Are you ready for the sermon?
Preach it.
Brothers and sisters, gather round. It is the year 2022.
But within 6 feet of each other. Not that close.
Right. It is the year 2022.
So this is going to happen in 2 years?
Yep.
Awesome.
That's what they think of us.
A comet strikes the Earth, causing drought that is still ongoing in 2033. So 13 years from now, this is when the movie happens.
Oh, yeah. The comet hits in 2022. That's right.
Most of the little remaining water is controlled by a group called Water and Power, run by a bad guy named Kesley, which, funny enough, is the guy from A Clockwork Orange. and Star Trek Generations.
There you go.
Dr. Soren.
It's the old guy that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Kesley's trying to control the population by monopolizing the water supply. So he's trying to get all the water. So we now meet Rebecca, who we'll later call Tank Girl because she gets a tank.
Makes her happy.
She's a member of a commune in the Australian outback. First, I'm going to pause right here. Ready? I did not know this movie happened in Australia.
Angela's from Australia.
Are you really?
Are you?
That's fascinating. I did not know that either.
So, did anyone know this? Did you know this movie happened in Australia?
I did.
I did not.
Why else would they have kangaroo people?
I don't know. And
100%, I didn't realize anybody was called kangaroo people. I missed that. Was it the dogs?
Those were kangaroos.
Okay, just kidding.
No.
Did you notice their
with you.
tails?
I thought they were dogs.
I'm with you.
Are they like dog people?
No, they're kangaroo
I'm with
people.
you.
Were those like the Rippers? Or were
Yes.
the Rippers the bad guy?
The Rippers are the kangaroo people.
I just always, in my head, thought of them as Rippers.
No.
I must have missed the kangaroo
And they're
people
actually
part.
not bad guys.
They're not. They were
okay.
really sweet.
Did not know this
Iced
happened
teas up in
Australia.
there.
Just did not. Did not.
All the weird shit happens in Australia.
Like,
It's the year 2033. The kangaroos have traveled outside of Australia. They're now in Asia
Well, there's kangaroos all
And
over the
Europe.
place. We have zoos.
and Africa.
well, yeah, but they're
and
not indigenous
North
to
America.
our area.
They swim across
no,
the
they're
ocean.
not. But
And think about it, Australia pretty much is a big old desert anyway.
that's true.
That is
So-
true. That part is true.
so if anybody's
I
gonna have a
honestly
bad
did
drought,
not
it's
think
gonna be
about
them.
where it was.
So maybe was it comet or just Australia being Australia?
Yeah, there you go. Maybe.
It's not raining in Australia. They set up the comment. Where was I? Oh, so Rebecca is a member of a commune in the Australian outback that operates with the last water that's not controlled by the corporation. In an attack on the commune, WP troopers capture Tank Girl and her friend Sam, who's a little girl, and kill her boyfriend Richard. Rather than killing her, Kesley enslaves and tortures the defiant Rebecca because she killed 8 of his men. And he's like, I could use you. And she's like, no, no, buddy, that ain't going to happen.
She's so laid back.
She is kind of.
I love that. I love that the torturing stuff because she is not phased, not one bit.
No. Meet Jet Girl, a talented but introverted jet mechanic who has given up trying to escape the WP. She urges Tank Girl / Rebecca to make less trouble for her captors, though Rebecca refuses. Jet Girl has troubles of her own as a WP captain who not only wants her to work on his jets, but also likes for her to work on
His
him.
jet.
Yeah, on his jet. Mm. Hey, there's something wrong with my stick. Can you help me out?
Oh, that's naughty.
The mysterious Rippers slaughter guards at the WMP compound, then escape. Kesley uses Rebecca to lure the Rippers into the open, but they gravely wound him. Rebecca and Jet escape during the attack. Jet Girl steals a fighter from the WP, and Rebecca steals a tank, and thus gets her name, Tank Girl.
Woohoo!
What she
I like how they watched her in the camera, just playing in the tank.
Right.
Yeah.
She was like, "Choo, choo! I have a tank."
I
Pushing the
love it.
buttons.
What she modifies heavily. The girls learn from the eccentric sub-girl that Sam is working at a sex club called Liquid Silver. They
Sex club.
They infiltrate the club, rescue Sam from a pedophile played by Iggy Pop.
All right. That's a person.
He's a musician. They called him Ratface in this movie. And they humiliate the club's owner, the madam, but make her sing Cole Porter's "Let's Do It" at gunpoint, and the most weirdest musical number.
I know, right? But what was that line from there where she's like, "If you come any closer, I'm going to scrape her makeup, all of her makeup off, and this could take a really long time."
Yeah. Well, she pulls out this like razor blade. It's really small,
Little tiny.
and then she just starts like going ching to her hair. It's adorable.
Tank Girl and Jet Girl wander through the desert and then find the Rippers' hideout. They learn that the Rippers are super soldiers created from human and kangaroo DNA by a man called
miss that.
Johnny Prophet. Tank Girl befriends a Ripper named Booga, while a Ripper named Donner shows romantic interest in Jet Girl. Despite the objections of Ripper T-Saint, who is suspicious of the girls, the Ripper's leader, DT, none of them have normal names, which now maybe we can understand why it's in Australia.
Booga.
Since the pair out to capture a shipment of weapons, the girls bring the weapons back. though most of them are empty. After finding Johnny Prophet dead in one of the containers, the girls and the Rippers realize that the WMP has tricked them. The girls and the Rippers sneak into the WP where they are ambushed. Kesley, whose body has been reconstructed by the cybernetic surgeon Chisai, who's played by the lovely James Hong, reveals that Tank Girl has unknowingly been bugged. DT sacrifices him, damaging the generator, and in the darkness, the Rippers turn the tide of the battle. Jet Girl kills Sergeant Smalls, who's the guy who she was having trouble with, who has earlier sexually harassed her. Kesley reveals that Sam is in a pipe. Her life is in danger by rising water. Tank Girl kills Kesley, then pulls Sam out of the pipe. The film ends with an animated sequence showing water starting to flow freely. Tank Girl dives down through the rapids, pulling Booga behind her on water skates, then takes them over waterfall, shouting for joy. Credits.
So
I have so much to talk about.
I loved when they were like having dinner with the Rippers, and then they had their prayer.
And then you started singing some jazz
and that's
poetry.
No, that's when they get up and do their prayer and start dancing.
Oh,
they
yeah,
were in a little circle. That was so cute. Cute little kangaroos.
Yeah. Okay, so so it starts, and she's narrating, and the whole time I kept telling Derby Wife too, I was like, I swear I've seen this movie. Like, it started narrating, I was like, this looks familiar, and I don't know if it's like, I'm sure it has something to do, like it was on at some point in my life on a TV in the background somewhere, because her voice stood out. I recognized her voice, and there were pieces at the very beginning that I recognized.
Her voice is very recognizable anyway. It is. So, I mean, did you see A League of Their Own?
No. So I
You
haven't
would like
seen
that.
any of the things that you listed.
You would like, I think, you would really like A League of Their Own. It's
I've
about an
heard
all-women's
that.
baseball league.
I need to watch
Yeah.
it. Because
There's no crying in baseball. Slaughter.
who is it? Is it Rosie McDonald that's in that?
Yeah, oh yeah, Rosie McDonald, Madonna.
I know there's a lot of
O'Donnell.
people in them.
Rosie O'Donnell.
O'Donnell,
That's
my
it.
bad. One of those.
Madonna, Gina
Sorry,
Davis.
Rosie.
Gina Davis, Tom Hanks.
Of course, Tank Girl.
Yeah. So
I like how you just tapped your phone, like, and the name, Tank Girl.
just trying to get it out. So I started it and I was like, I swear I watched this. I remember the part where she's cutting up her clothes and then it's not the person she thought it was, which I have thoughts of that. But let's get back to like my interpretation of the whole film. I don't know if I would ever watch it again. Like it wasn't my favorite, but I don't know if it's because it just didn't translate well having not seen it before. Because it just like the whole time it just seemed, but I don't like the movie. What is that movie where they're driving on this weird machine bike thing that you guys were just talking about in the desert? It's like Mad Max. Yeah,
I love Mad Max.
it was nonsensical like Mad Max was.
Also
where,
in Australia.
it's Australians, man. No offense.
also going to be coming up on this podcast soon.
I love Mad Max.
It reminded me of that from when
Yes.
I had seen pieces of it, where it was like it was just.
And it is kind of the same.
Jarring.
It's kind of the same thing. I mean, here you are. You have same thing in Mad Max. You have a shortage of water, and that's what they're fighting for is water. So yeah, this is done. Tank Girl is done in a kind of a fun, crazy, comic booky kind of way, but it's still basically the same story. Here they are trying to fight for water.
Yeah,
you know, and
it just seemed. Like it took me a while to figure out the story. It jumped around a lot. Where it was like it was here, and you thought this is what it was about, but then it was like, nope, it's over here, and then it was hard to follow.
What if Tank Girl and Mad Max got together?
But it reminded me of Mad Max, and I never really got into that a whole lot. So I just don't think it's my thing.
I love the
I
Mad
don't
Max
think
movies.
that it's necessarily a bad movie. I like that it would cut between comics for the montages and the action in real life. So I thought that was fun and made it unique and quirky. But it just, I don't know, like it got over and I was like, okay. And there was that.
This was my first rewatch from I want to say Josh and I saw this in the theaters in 95. I think we did. I'm pretty sure I saw this in the theaters. But that was the last time I watched it. And so I was a young man of 18 in 1995 when this came out. Actually, I was 17 when this came out.
I was 7.
Yeah, you were a little girl.
I was 6.
I was married with children.
I was not.
I was not either.
Jack was born in 95.
Oh, look at there. What month?
July.
So you were pregnant with Jack when this came out.
I was.
And so, I don't think it held up as now. I was digging it's wonderfully campy. I loved that about it. And then I literally, when the kangaroo people showed up, I was like, I'm done.
No, I love the kangaroo people.
That was where it went off the rails for me too.
They're like my favorite part.
Like it felt like you had
I think it's great that you love that. Because I'm like, okay, I'm digging this goofy little action comedy about this clearly insane woman
living her best life.
Like living
everywhere she goes, she's living her best life.
I'm like, oh, rock on, you know. I can look up to that. And then there's kangaroo people.
Well, I think it's not so much the kangaroo, like they kind of threw me off, but there's a lot of stuff that happens that's never explained how or why it happens, which I get isn't the main purpose of the story. But like, dude gets his head cut off by a large pair of shearing scissors for bushes, and they just chop it off, and now he's like a holographic man. And that wasn't really ever explained. It was just like that happened, and it's okay because science did it. Next, like it's 2033, we can do that now.
Well, I guess that I watch enough of those kind of movies to where that totally made sense to me. They're gonna remove his head, preserve his brain, and have the electro wave brain links hooked up to a computer, which is providing the hologram on this body.
Look at her. With answers.
Look at her. I'm with it.
It just felt like there was a lot of stuff like that.
your brain is nothing but a CPU anyway, right?
When she started cutting her clothes, I was like, when are you going to get more clothes? Look at where you live. I was like, don't do that. And then she had like a candy necklace that she never ate, and then it disappeared. Where'd you get it? It takes water to make all these things, and she always had so much makeup on and looked on
old
point.
Stuff.
I
mean,
she probably got
she did look on point.
She always looked on point. Her hair changed so much.
Well, I loved her hair.
It changed. Sometimes it was long, sometimes it was short, and then it was long again.
Well, I think she had wigs, is what she was wearing.
Okay.
Her actual haircut was that buzzed with the little string things, hanging, whatever, which was kind of cool.
Those are the things that I got focused on, though.
I love Rebecca. She's a great character. I'm not like
she's a Harley Quinn of her time.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very, very much so.
She's chaos. She's pure chaos.
And fun.
I wanted to be her so bad.
She's the epitome of YOLO.
But the bad guys are not great. They're not interesting.
It's kind of like your bad guys are the water and power company.
Right.
When you think about it.
Right, but it's just in the end, they could have been. They're just not interesting.
No, they're not. There was enough interest. To me, she was interesting enough.
No, I agree. I think she is so great. I mean, she, if she was on like a level, she's always at a 10. Our bad guys should have been at least at an 8. Our bad guys are like at a 4 at the max. Because you've got crazy water and power guy who clearly, I don't know how he got into leadership, but he's just like weird and intimidating, right? Just like, you're gonna do this and then I'm gonna just kill you, okay? And then you got sex fiend, and it's just like,
I kind of wish the kid did more. Like, she looked up to
Sam?
Rebecca so much. Like, I kind of wish there was a point where she saved herself. Like,
I think she was just too young.
I don't know. It's a different kind of time, though. So,
Yeah.
and they were living in a certain
It
sort
seems
of
like
way.
she kind of stuck up for herself in the sex place.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, she did with the little metal ball.
Yeah.
she did do
she
that.
got that. She knows what she's gonna do.
She's like, "Don't take my medal. I didn't know you had that, sucker."
Yeah.
Get in that lunchbox. See what happens.
Also, the references are weird. So, she just spews. She's nothing but a vessel of pop culture references, which were great for 1995,
Right.
Not 2033. So if the movie was set like in 2003 or 2000, like this,
Right.
I'd buy that more. But she's making like Doris Day cuts. I'm like, kids today don't know who Doris Day is. And it's just like, and so it's like, the Let's Fall in Love song, the Cole Porter song. That's just a weird deep cut. So,
Yeah.
And it's so bizarre. It's not bad. It's just she was just kept throwing all these little pop culture references that were dated even for 95, and I'm just like, it's weird. Just weird.
I wonder if they did that because it was so far in the future, and you can't really predict what the future would be.
Oh, of
that it
course.
was like maybe she's just stuck in this time before the comet, and she's throwing down all this older stuff.
'Cause how old is she? How old do you think Rebecca is?
In that movie,
Yeah. 20s?
I would
Early 20s?
say mid 20s, maybe.
Mid 20s?
So if you think the comet hit in 2022 and it was 2033 in the
So
movie,
she was-
so it's been 11 years.
Yeah, so let's say she's 25, so she'd have been 14 when it happened. Just weird. Just weird.
It was a lot like Mad Max. And I think, so for me, I think it was just, those aren't movies that I prefer.
How
So-
many Mad Max movies have you seen?
I think it's the newest
Yeah, she's a-
one.
yeah.
You've only seen Furiosa.
Yeah, she's on Fury Road.
And I think it was just on in the living, like I didn't choose to watch it. It was on,
Okay.
and so I watched
See-
it, and I was
Yeah,
like,
it's a-
meh.
I mean, I grew up watching all the Mad Max movies, literally all of them.
So spoiler for our fans, we're gonna do a month of those type of films.
Yay! No, I'm excited.
Oh, I am so excited
only-
for the alcohol part of those.
We're doing 2, and the Catacombs are doing 2.
Okay, I feel
So-
better. Well, yeah, because we only have 2 a
Oh,
month.
please
that
let
we
me
do.
be on the catacombs. I
Well,
love those
you can come in
movies.
whenever. We're doing but we're doing I want to do it as a month, so I think we're gonna do it in May. But it's gonna be
It's 1st of May. 1st of May.
right. It's gonna be Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Is
I
that
love
like
that
a random
one.
one in the middle? Thanks, Scotty.
That's the third one.
That's the third one.
You're really on to the third
But
ones
here's
for
a-
me.
you're
It's
not-
okay.
but it's got Tina Turner
No,
in it.
here's the thing about Mad Max movies. You don't need to see the other ones.
Yeah, I gathered that from the one I
They're-
watched because like I'm so confused. It's like you're not going to learn anything.
No,
Like,
no,
they're just
They're standalone movies, and the only thing that's the same about them is there's a dude named Mad Max that is the character. He's the main character in the first 3. He's not the main character in the most newest one.
okay.
Because
I don't think I know. Did I see him in the one I watched?
Yeah, he's in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
he
told
was
him so.
Tom Hardy.
But we're also going to do
Was Mad Max in the newest one, and he's beautiful.
Okay.
we're going to do, but we're also going to do Fury Road. I think I'm going to watch. There's a black and white version
Oh,
called Black and Chrome.
I would like to do that.
I want to watch.
I like,
Fury
I like
Road?
black and white
Yeah,
films.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so I want to see the black and white version.
That would be cool.
George Miller, the guy who directed it, had
I want to be shiny and chrome.
has envisioned
Right?
the film to be black and white. And of course, studios are like, you can't make a black and white film, so they let him make his color film, and then they drain the color out and made a
Yeah.
black and white version. Same thing they did for Logan.
That's cool.
So there's a black and white version of Logan out there too. Things I liked about the Tank Girl, though. Oh, I'll tell you. Well, hold on. I'll tell the 2 Catacombs films too. Since I'm spoiling stuff. We're doing a film called Warlords of the 21st Century, which is produced by Roger Corman, who's the master of just cheap movies.
Uh-huh.
And it's basically someone was like, "Hey, we watched Mad Max. We can make that on $5, right?" And so they do. And
All right.
then we're doing a movie called Damnation Alley about the souped up power RVs.
Oh, Jesus.
And giant spiders.
At least you're always
Oh, my
comfortable.
God.
It's crazy. It came out in 77, right before Star Wars.
That's crazy.
Would Tremors be in this category?
No, Tremors doesn't have vehicles.
But it had
Tremors
Reba.
is about worms, right?
Yeah, it has Reba.
Reba's in it, yeah.
Reba.
Tremors. The first,
seen that one.
The first one's good.
I've never seen a Tremors movie,
Oh,
believe it or not.
We'll do Tremors. I'll put Tremors on the list. That'd be fun for us. Michael Gross is in it. Reba.
Reba.
Christian Slater. Thing I liked about this film, I loved the water death machines.
Oh, those are great. That you stick it in the back.
Right. So they have this death machine handheld thing that's attached to a water bottle that expands, and you stab someone in the back or whatever, in the chest or whatever, and it sucks all their water out.
How did I miss that?
It happened several times.
I literally was just sitting there watching the movie.
And so, yeah, that's how
Like I did crochet, but I was sitting there.
But
That's-
that
that's how
happened
they-
several
That's
times.
how they
I
kill
don't
the bad
know.
guy.
I don't. Oh yeah, no, I did see that. Okay, yeah. Because she did that because he was all like, yeah. Okay,
He was
yeah.
like, "You can't beat me." She's
And
like,
it's
"All right,
like water because you're
I kind of
electrical.
wanted to open it and drink him, but because it's water,
I
right?
know.
But
We're 70%
My
water.
favorite part of the movie was when she bathed in powder.
Oh, yeah.
and then
The
had to
shower
blow
powder.
off the extra powder.
yeah,
I was like, all right, cool. You can bathe the way you got to. Just a whole bunch of baby
Sandblasted.
powder.
Sandblasted, yeah,
Yeah,
so-
you're being sandblasted.
I like it's a Bjork song they played during that. It's really cool. The soundtrack for this is amazing.
It really is.
Courtney Love, Kurt Cobain's wife and head of Hole, did the soundtrack. She supervised the soundtrack, and it's got like all kind. It's a really good soundtrack. Bjork's on it, and Bush, and the Magnificent Seven, which was a Scott Weiland side project, and it's the version of the Cole Porter songs done by Joan Jett and the guy from The Replacements. Anyway, it's so good. It is absolutely so. I was listening a little bit on the way up here.
That's awesome.
It's a really good 90s soundtrack. It's like
the 90s soundtrack.
It's a very 90s movie.
I love the 90s.
I mean, it's really a 90s movie. It's like
You can tell. Yes.
I don't know. I just love that genre.
No, nothing wrong. No. I 100% get why you like it,
Yeah.
and I like it up to. I do. I really enjoy it up to a point. It's just when the Rippers show up, it's just like it's
Too silly.
So if they had better makeup, would it have been better for you?
If it's better, it's not just the makeup. It's just their.
I thought the makeup was. I thought the look that they chose for them was kind of weird,
Right.
Because their ears were like kind of chewed up, and it was just weird looking.
Well, in the comics, they're actually kangaroos.
Right.
There's a book about this?
Yeah, it's based on
It's
a
a
comic
comic book.
Yeah, based on a comic book that came out in 19. No, it's based on a comic book that came out in 1990 in Britain, and so you probably get trades of it. But
You could probably.
I tried reading some of it today, and it's
you
a
probably
little,
get a graphic novel of it.
It's a little crazy, but they're actual kangaroos in that, and I think I'd like that better instead of like this half human hybrid thing they did.
It kind of reminded me of like they tried to do something like they did in the Isle of Dr. Moreau or whatever,
Right.
But just didn't get the makeup right.
Right.
That's what it was like. I can see what they were doing. I love the concept. I love their tails. I thought that was cool. I like the concept of it, but
That's why there were cuts of comic books in the middle.
what?
The movie on and off cut to comic books.
Oh, you just
And
got
I thought it was just like a quirky. I thought it was fun, quirky for the times, because I know comic books in that time were really popular. Not that they're not now, but I thought that was why.
Well,
it's literally based on
after she has sex with the one kangaroo, and she's wearing the.
I missed so much. How did we miss so much?
So they don't show the sex scene, but there's they're post coital. Her and Booga.
Is this it?
I have to.
Yeah, and she's wearing the missile bra.
Right.
That's the first issue.
Oh, we did see that.
Okay, so the missile bra is the cover of the first issues. That's a lot of the costumes came from the comic.
Oh well, so this is this the it says book one.
Yeah, that's a collection.
That's awesome.
So yeah. She's.
I wonder if that happens in Australia. Do people have sex with the kangaroos?
People do weird things everywhere.
Kangaroos are vicious.
It's only not happening here because there's no kangaroos. The people are everywhere though.
There you go.
You have a libation for us?
I do actually.
Speaking of this, let's drink.
I can answer a lot of questions if we can just move on to the rest part of the show.
So I have a couple of libations, and I actually have a libation trivia
Fun.
for you guys.
Oh.
So how about that? Okay, the first cocktail, this one's just for fun because I like the name of it. It was called The Tank. And very simple cocktail to make. It's 1.5 ounce of Tanqueray gin, which I love, 1.5 ounce of Jack Daniels, and you shake with ice and strain into a glass and drink. There are no mixers with this. It is straight
Nice.
liquor. So that's one. Now here comes the trivia.
All right.
Let's do it.
So, if you know me, you know I like vodka,
Yes.
right? that's kind of my drink. Well, do you guys know what the original name of the vodka martini was?
Tank.
Stalin's piss.
Kangaroo.
Yes, it was called the Kangaroo.
Oh, look at you.
That was the original
caramel
name.
trivia.
Hold on one second, because I got to tell you, this is so funny. So they changed the name because, it's so funny where it is. Okay, so it says right here that It is confused with other names and terms and is frequently grouped together with adjectives. We're talking about the martini with dirty and bruised, and that's how you make your martini. And the reason why they quit calling it the kangaroo cocktails, because it became so unpopular that nobody wants to walk up to a bar and order an abused, smelly Australian marsupial. The name turned people off. You don't want a dirty kangaroo or a bruised kangaroo or whatever. So
the dirty kangaroo sounds like an Australian sex move.
Right, but the original, it was very much called the kangaroo.
Angela, can you vouch for that?
So, but yeah, it was kind of interesting. So listeners, we're gonna make a
dirty kangaroo.
We're gonna make us a dirty kangaroo.
Put some strips on the bobby.
Which is very easy to make. I drink a lot of these. It's 1.5 ounces of vodka, 3/4 ounces of dry vermouth, and to make it dirty, you put in a little bit of the olive brine in there with it, or a lot of the olive brine, depending on how much you like, and couple of olives for your dirty martini.
That's called extra dirty. I know that.
Yeah. If you wanted a regular vodka martini, it would be
adding olives makes it dirty.
The olive brine.
The olive brine.
Yeah, see, I don't drink martinis.
My sister-in-law drinks them.
It's the olive brine that makes it dirty. You can also, if you want just a regular vodka martini, leave out the olive brine and just garnish with a lemon twist, or you can put some, a little bit of the orange bitters or whatnot. My favorite are the pickle martinis, which instead of olive brine, you put dill pickle juice in there. Instead.
Interesting.
It is delicious. So there you go.
I actually don't like martinis, but fun fact, that is a drink that since I was little, I always wanted to like, because I thought people looked really sophisticated when they drank them. Like fancy people had them, and I always wanted to drink them, and then I didn't for a while. I couldn't drink vodka. It made me sick, like really hungover. And I have noticed that if I'm dehydrated, vodka still affects me. But if I go into it hydrated, I'm fine. But I still cannot drink martinis. I just don't like them. I try. I don't like them.
Well, you probably would like some of this sweeter martinis, like a Cosmo.
I don't like sweet drinks, so
they're not super sweet. But what I'm saying, a Cosmo is made with like cranberry juice.
Oh, maybe
that's what I'm saying.
I do use
it's got a little bit of a sweeter.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah.
But I always liked the olives. I always thought it looked real fancy when people.
Yeah, the olives.
Like
the fancy olives.
So fancy.
You just like your water with 4 olives.
Yeah, but see, I don't. It's not olive brine. Like that's the thing. Is like just putting the juice in there. I'm like, ugh. But I like the olives on top because it's snacks. And you just take it out and eat it right away. You don't let it soak in there, or the water gets gross.
Snacks for their drinks.
Yeah, you get free snacks. Somebody at Mellow Mushroom pointed that out one time. I asked for it, and after he brought it, he was like, we charge for those on like for extra on pizza. He was like, that's smart what you just did. I was like, I just wanted the snacks. They're so good. I don't know what to tell you.
So it's been a while, but I have some Apocrypha.
Okay.
Emma Bunting, Victoria Beckham, and Jerry Horner. Are you familiar with those names?
I am.
Are you?
Spice Girls.
The 3 are Spice Girls. So I think it's Baby, Posh, and Ginger.
Okay, that helps.
All tried out for Tank Girl.
Really? I wonder if they got together. They were like, hey, this show's coming. Who all wants to go? We'll go as a group.
This is pre-Spice Girls. This was
pre-Spice Girls.
Spice Girls.
Tank Girl brought out Spice Girls?
Yes. According to the director, there's an hour worth of footage cut from the movie, and I have some selections of deleted scenes. An original opening scene showing the comet crashing the Earth and Rebecca as a young girl who survives hiding inside the trailer. However, her parents die. Let's see. Rebecca getting stoned in a room while listening to her music and talking to her first boyfriend, Richard. The scene was cut by MGM because it showed a huge dildo collection that Rebecca had in her room.
Awesome.
Dialogue between Kesley and Rebecca when they first meet is slightly different. MGM made the director use the TV version of the one line of dialogue. If you want to torture me, spank me, lick me, which originally was fuck me.
All right.
I'm trying to get to the Subgirl character had Subgirl's character had a bigger role in the original script, but was extremely short in post production, and basically turned into a cameo where they basically let you can fix your stuff in my garage. There's also a scene showing her building the sand submarine, which she used in the original ending, where when she arrives at water and power, it helps Rebecca and the others free prisoners. Let's see. The Let's Do It singing and dancing scene was disliked by the audience during test screening, so it kept getting cut shorter and shorter. Some of the deleted parts from the sequence are Sam starts the singing and ends it by grabbing a guard's gun. When Jet starts singing, at first she is really shy. Then she starts to act really wild. Rebecca doing Sid Vicious type singing and screaming, dancing with dancing fans. So T-Sank goes to Booga's room to wake him up, only to find him and Rebecca sleeping together after they had sex. The scene was deleted because the studio thought it was too bestial.
Okay.
Can't be screwing the kangaroos.
Stan Winston, who is the famous... Oh, you'll love this. Stan Winston, who is the famous special effects who created the Predator and the Alien and stuff like that, or the Aliens for Aliens, and his crew made a full body Ripper suit and a $5,000 12-inch long prosthetic penis specifically for this scene. And that got cut out.
Oh, I wanted to see a 12-inch kangaroo dong. That reminds me of it brings a whole new meaning to that song. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down.
Yeah.
Tie me kangaroo down, sport.
She's jumping and dancing too.
Down.
She is.
Listeners.
Some bar trivia?
Yes.
How many?
No, thank you. Next.
No, we don't want any trivia. No, I'm just kidding.
How many outfits do you think Rebecca wore in this film?
Too many. Oh my gosh.
I think she wore one that she cut up continuously to make new outfits.
Well, no, because she had that fun one. I will say that's one of my favorite parts too. Was her in the room trying on all the outfits.
Oh, that was fun.
That was hilarious.
That was cute.
And then she leaves with something similar
Some random. Something random.
So how many do you think it was?
2 dozen.
So 24?
Yep.
37.
18.
Oh, well.
IC recalled in one interview on a hip-hop show where the host made fun of him for doing Tank Girl. He replied, I was paid $800,000 for that movie. And then the host moved on.
There you go. There you go.
Steven Spielberg was asked to produce the film, but declined because he felt he was not hip enough for it. This led to the slogan of the film being, too hip for Spielberg.
Oh, God.
That's amazing.
Thought that was cute. Screw, marry, kill, Tank Girl, Jet Girl, and any Ripper.
Any Ripper? Just pick one?
Pick a Ripper. There's a lot of them.
Okay, so I'm just going to go first.
You go ahead.
I'm going to head this off. No, I'm not. Never mind. As soon as I got started, I was like, I'm over it. Okay, here's the thing.
It's a 12-inch penis.
I think I'm going to have to kill Tank Girl. Like, that's so sad. I know. Well, I don't want to marry her because there's no stability in that. She is not going to care for me. And no lie, I'm terrified to have sex with her. She's had sex with a kangaroo. Like...
So I guess she's marrying a Ripper because she's not.
So I'm gonna marry the Ice-T one because he seemed like he knew what he was about. Okay, he's continued that. He can take care of me.
And Ice-T's been in a stable marriage for like 30 years.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to sleep with Watts. That's Naomi Watts, right?
Yeah, Naomi Watts. Yeah,
Jet Girl.
Jet Girl. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep with her. She came out of her shell at the end. Yeah, she did.
All right.
Yeah, she did.
I didn't put this in trivia, but I wanted to mention this. So this is one of Naomi Watts' first films, and she was super shy during the filming of this. So she just basically hung around and hid behind Lori Petty when most of the shoot.
Aww.
That's crazy.
So
Bless her heart.
They became close during that. I don't know how they are now, but they were close early on.
So on that note, I think I'm definitely gonna screw one of the kangaroos, and I don't really care which one. I just want to try out that 12-inch.
She just wants a kangaroo. She wants a ruin here.
I just want.
She wants a roo to ruin her.
Ruining her penis comment. Let her get it out.
You had me at 12 inches, so I mean, we're just gonna go ahead and get that out of the way. I'm gonna have to kill Jet Girl because
that's sad.
I think that she's. Bless her heart, very smart but boring.
I can take care of her.
I don't need that in my life.
I can take care of her.
And I would marry Tank Girl because I think we would have such a good time. I don't even care if the marriage lasted or not.
I gotcha.
I have a feeling that it would just be awesome.
It doesn't have to last. It's fine.
That's right. It didn't have to last.
I am just not into kangaroos. I'm killing the Ripper. Any one of them.
You don't want to marry him or
no, I'm killing
or love him.
I will.
Did you hear about the 12-inch part?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
That was kind of.
That's probably why he was like,
I'm out.
I mean, some people are into
They
that.
might be really soft to cuddle.
They didn't look soft to cuddle. They weren't. No. And they're surly. And so,
what's a flea and tick shampoo? They'd be fine.
that's work.
Not make them do it.
I can change him.
They're half people.
He'll be fine.
Here, hun, bathe with this.
I will screw Tank Girl because similar to your, we'd have a good night.
Yeah.
Time for a night. I'd enjoy that. I don't know if my heart can handle more than that. So we'll do one. We'll do one night. She'd kill me. And then I will take care of Naomi Watts. Oh, I love me some Naomi Watts. So Jet Girl, you can be the next Mrs.
She can get married to you after I give her a wild night. Okay,
Sure,
I'll take care of her first,
I will take your sloppy
and
seconds.
then she will take care of you. You got to teach her some things. That's fine.
I will gladly take your sloppy seconds on that.
No one said it was gonna be sloppy.
The budget for this film, you want to guess?
There was a tank. Let's throw that down.
There was a tank.
And an airplane and a parasail at some point.
I feel
And a $5,000 penis.
And that $5,000 penis that wasn't used.
I'm
That's a
very
waste.
sad that I didn't get to see the $5,000 penis. I'm still very upset.
I wonder
There's got to
if
be
the internet has it somewhere.
I wonder because I would like to see that.
I'm not Googling it, so.
Let us know.
So 18 million.
What do you think?
I'm gonna stick with my 24 million, my 24 number.
25.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
What do you think it made on its opening weekend?
When did it come out? Doesn't matter. I don't know why I asked that, but-
April 2nd, 1995.
April 2nd. Opening weekend?
Opening weekend.
9 million.
I'm going to say 3.
Close. 2.
Oh, okay. Well, they have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Worldwide gross in the U.S. was 4 million.
Oh, wow.
Would you like to name?
Tank Girl tanked.
How do you think Tank Girl ranked
For the year?
in the top 10? We'll do the year afterward.
In the
10.
top 10 of that week,
Yep.
like 9.
9. What you got?
I'm gonna say 10.
12.
That was a trick.
It
That
was a trick.
Would you like to take a stab at the top 5?
Is this another trick? Is it gonna be 12 again?
In 95?
Yeah, 95.
I mean, let's see. In
Oh,
April of
the other
95,
movies.
I was literally moving from Japan to the United States. So I wasn't really watching a lot of movies.
I got you.
So I was 6. So let's go with Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's actually the next year. I think that's 96.
I'm so close, though. I'm so close.
The
Or
Lion King.
97. No, yeah.
The Lion King.
Year before, 94.
Okay.
We were so close. We're just
I
teetering
know.
around that.
I don't know.
Number 1, Tommy Boy.
All right.
I've heard of that.
It's funny.
It is funny.
Number 2, something very, very topical. Outbreak.
Oh, there you go.
Number 3, Major Pain.
Oh, I've seen that one. That's fun. I like that movie.
Number 4, Dolores Claiborne.
Nope.
Oh, I love that movie.
Nope.
Oh, that's a great movie.
And number 5 was the Brady Bunch movie.
I'm not gonna lie. You said Dolores, and I just went straight to Umbridge, and I was like, that movie said to me, I don't even care.
Dolores Claiborne's creepy. It's good.
It's good. So that's something we should do on the show. You want to take a guess where it landed in the year?
99. No, I take that back. 149.
149.
148.
You're pricing right her.
Yes, I am.
That's cool. Come with me. Come with me, and you'll see.
Tie me kangaroo down.
Nope, go. Yeah, we done. We done.
171.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Close.
Top movies of 1995. Number 1, Batman Forever. Number 2, Apollo 13. Number 3, Toy Story. Number 4, Pocahontas.
Pocahontas. I should have done that one
Pocahontas.
down.
And number 5, Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Some of those are just not good movies.
I have seen all of those movies.
I've seen all of them too,
Yeah.
believe it or not. But
My
back
mom loves Ace Ventura
yeah,
movies.
it's like
Loves them.
and you
You've
go back
seen the
and
third Batman or the
Those older ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't that Michael Keaton?
Well, that one's Val Kilmer.
Yeah, it was awful.
Oh, then maybe I haven't seen that one.
It was awful. And,
Maybe not.
you know, I go back now and look at like the Ace Ventura movies, and I'm like,
Okay, so Angel's laughing, and I can't tell if she's laughing because she's
Did
got
she find the penis?
12-inch penis, or she just found the right penis.
No, but I think I'm wearing this for Pensacon next year.
Oh,
Let me
Nice.
see. Oh, the Rockets.
the Rockets.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ace Ventura is really, I mean, just a dumb movie. And I remember
It's
that
dumb like Dumb and Dumber.
it is.
Yeah.
And my mom loves those too.
There was a time where, like, if Jim Carrey was in a movie, it made money. But you go back and look at them now, and they're just stupid.
But in that time, that's what people
That's what I
liked.
liked, yeah.
It's like Austin Powers.
I love Austin Powers.
I haven't seen Austin Powers since the 90s. I'm curious if it'll hold up.
I
We should
remember
do one of those.
I remember the first time I watched Austin Powers was in the theater when the first one came out, and I was laughing so hard, like I was hyperventilating, and I had
you've seen them,
tears
right?
rolling down,
Yeah.
and it was
Any movie like that I have unfortunately seen because my mom liked
Right.
them. So I've seen Austin Powers, Dumb and Dumber, not the newer ones, Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
My dad loved Mr. Bean. I know that's not technically in the same category.
Kind of the same category.
But like I've
Let's
seen
not say.
those because he would just put them on
Yeah.
during holidays so we could watch them while we were waiting.
Oh, you were allowed to watch stuff done during.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
when they
holidays.
put them on, if I tried to watch something, it was different. So, like, I've seen those movies, but yeah.
Just grooming you for a podcast.
there you go, grooming
Thanks,
you for a
guys.
podcast.
But yeah, the Austin Powers ones I've seen, I haven't watched them recently. Like, since I've been an adult, probably. So it would be watching them again. But I watched them enough that I know them.
I think. Be thinking of a movie you want to do because we haven't done one for you in a while.
Okay.
And I have decided I'm going to just go ahead now because I think we should go ahead and do it.
Okay,
So we're going to do Outbreak next time
awesome.
because it's on Netflix for free. So
That's a very
I mean, we might as
relatable.
well. We have to say we might as well do a.
I'm going to bring drinks to that one if I'm at home with my kids for a month at that point.
Yeah,
Just show up with drinks.
We'll do
There you go.
Outbreak next.
It's going to be margaritas because we need all the
'cause it's been a
limes
while
to
since-
fight the
and I
coronavirus.
I remember it being good. So
Yesterday I went by the store before I went to Callahan's, you know, to get beer and stuff. And of course, everybody at the grocery store is buying supplies and all the stuff that I guess you should be buying. I don't know. Here I am in my grocery cart, literally with a case of Corona. Because I
Did
thought
you do
it was
that because
funny.
it was funny? Yeah, that makes sense.
Case of Corona and some limes and some chips and dips.
because you got the
That's what I have.
that coronavirus and that Lyme disease with.
That's right. It was awesome. And I'm pretty sure I drank all of them because I had a hard time getting up this morning.
How you feeling it, girl?
I'm good now.
All right. Well, on that note, this is Scotty saying this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours.
Bye.
Stay safe out there, guys. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Mopcast Network.